Hello fish keepers. I am going to go over my design for a fry grow out tank. I have probably done 5 different designs in the past. I think I'm very content with this one as far as quality and performance and price and ease of construction. So let's go over the materials right now, and I will add links for various parts of this, where I got the material and how you can get it. Everything I got off Amazon that I needed, except for my hardware, which I got at the hardware store. But let's start with this white storage bin, handled storage bin, which just works out amazing. You'll see during construction. We've got a 1/2 inch PVC Street 90, a 7-inch piece of 1/2 inch PVC pipe. I've got 2 pre-filter sponges, and this is a cutoff segment from a aquarium filter pad. Not a real coarse one, but not as fine as the pre-filters. But I did have issues with the coarse one with actual baby fry actually swimming through the filter. Let's see, we've got an airline elbow. We've got 4 1032 by 1.25 inch stainless steel bolts. Please get stainless steel hardware. That stuff rusts so fast. Stainless steel is the way to go. The bolts, 4 bolts, 4 nuts, 4 washers. All right, and then as far as tools go, we got a drill. We'll need that. Scissors. We'll need that. You'll need a utility razor blade. You'll need a 3/16 drill bit, a 5/16 spade bit. These work out best for cutting the plastic. Pair of tin schnips, and a glue gun. Thank you to my wife. I raided her crafting container. You may or may not need a tape measure. I mean, I really didn't. I set these up to fit my 20-gallon highs, which means they'll fit the 20-gallon longs. And I have not set them in a long yet. I am very happy with establishing 2 of these in the top of a 20-gallon high. And you can still use the bottom level of the 20-gallon high as a grow out area. So you've got the tiny fry starting in the storage bin, and then you can move the bigger fry. I have different Corydoras growing up in these, up top, small ones, and then I move the larger ones down into the 20-gallon tall, just for ease of feeding in these smaller containers. As they get bigger, they're moving around the bigger tank better and finding their food easier. So there's a start. All right, next step, we'll get started on construction. All right, let's get started by prepping this storage container for construction. All right, first thing we're going to do, and this is why I like the handles on this, I am going to take this unit and I am going to drill these 3/16 holes right along the bottom edge of the handle. Got to ream that out a little bit just to make sure that the bolt goes through. But yeah, that sets the water level. My water level in my tanks are about maybe 1/2, 3/4 inch below the black rim on the top of the tank. And setting these bolts up at this level just works out perfect with where this sits, water level in my grow out area. Yeah. There's 2. There's 3. Please be careful when you're doing this. I don't want anybody drilling through their hand. I'm a contractor by trade, so I guess maybe this is a little bit easier for me, but I think with patience, you can get it. Okay, my bolts all go in. All right, now I am also going to come to one side. Doesn't matter which handle. I do not cut out both handles. I love the fact that I can pick these up out of my tank by these handles. But I am going to come down here. I'm going to cut out about, I'm going to say about 5/8 of an inch out of the bottom of this handle. This sets my height for the outlet flow. All right, and I don't know, you can go a little bit lower. It all depends how much water you want in this thing and how far you want it to sit down into your tank. But there it is, one end. Okay, I have one more thing to do to this plastic. I told you in the beginning for tools that this was a 5/16 spade bit. It is not a 5/16 spade bit. It is a 15/16 spade bit. So you would think one would know better than that. I am going to come across here at about, well, almost to the top, maybe just a little below that top line opening of the handle there. And I am going to, there it is, just like that. You might want to put a piece of wood backer behind that when you drill that. It is a lot easier than doing a freehand. And that is going to sit in there like so. All right, and we'll get that all glued up here in a second. We'll start putting it all together. As long as we're right here, I am going to take, so this filter pad that I got, I don't like the thickness because it pushes up against the inside of the 20-gallon tank, so I take and slice this and cut the thickness down in half, which so far has not been an issue with the Fry. They could get through the coarse media, but I would almost call this a semi-coarse media. It's not really fine, but I have not seen Fry in the tank that have gotten through this. So please, you are watching a professional here, so do not cut your fingers off. You know, they'll bleed for weeks before these wounds heal up. And there we go. Because I will show you that these are going to go over the edges. Alright, while we're right here at this stage, I am going to pop these bolts in. Get that done. You let the head of the bolt on the inside. I'm going to put a washer on the back side and hand tighten a nut down on there. You can grab it with a screwdriver and a pair of pliers if you want, but once you snug it up, it's not going to go anywhere. So there's one. Nice job. That 3/16 is a little bit tight, but I'd rather have it tight so I don't lose any integrity of the bin here. I want to keep it as strong as possible. Like I said, I've been using these for a couple of months now, and I have not had any issues with them. There's two. Pop him in. Pop him in. Washer. Washer. Nut. Nut. All right, we're not that far into it time-wise. These are a quick build. So I'm going to take a pause here. I'm going to get the glue gun plugged in and heat it up and be right back. Okay, let's get started with the glue gun. First thing I'm going to do, about an inch, inch and a quarter up on this piece of pipe, the PVC pipe, maybe an inch and a half. I'm going to drill that 3/16 hole in there. Ream it out a little bit. Get that garbage off of there. That is for your, I'm going to have to ream it a little bit more, that's for your air elbow. Okay, air elbow goes in. So first thing I'm going to do is take the glue gun. Let's get rid of this drill. We won't need that anymore, I think. I'm going to put glue around the hole. on the elbow. Make sure you don't plug up your entrance to this elbow. You're going to really need that. I'm going to slide that in there, facing up like so. Alright, I am going to add a little bit more hot glue around that just to keep that from going anywhere. When I first started making these, I was using super glue gel, but I'm like, why do I want to wait for these to dry? I mean, you put this stuff on here and you're good to go in a minute. Okay, now we're going to take and put the ends, the covers up, and cover the entire hole, because if they start to plug up and your water level rises, if you leave any of this open, those fry will just swim right out. So I go around the opening. I should have grabbed her larger glue gun. I have yet to use the larger one only because I couldn't find the glue sticks for it. But I imagine it would be a lot quicker to use that. Alright, we got that one on. We're going to take one of the pieces of media and I'm just going to embed it into that. I mean, the only reason this is so big on this side is because it's half of the other one, and the other one has to be, the other side has to be big enough to cover everything. So on the inside, I'm good to go. I'm covered. I'm going to do the same on this side. All the way around the hole. Remember how small your fry are. You need to cover it up. Going, going, going. A little bit more, just because. Okay, put that down, and on you go. Right, press into, and I'm covered on the other end. And that's my primary overflow. So when you drill this side hole, you know, you may, if you put one of these on each side of your 20 gallon, I have 20 gallons that have a center outlet in the back, drain, so that gets in the way of these things. And I have 20s that have them on the rear to the right or the left hand side. So I'm either putting two of these to one side of the tank, or I'm putting one and one on each right and left hand side with my drain outlet for my tanks, because I have a water change system in there and all my tanks are drilled. So that gets in the way of these, but I can still fit two in there with that overflow. It's not an issue. I'm going to take my PVC. I'm going to just pop it together. I am not going to glue it, because that way everything comes apart. Alright, I'm going to put that together like that. I set this in the hole. Now, I will tell you that I love using this glue, right? Because I am going to go around the hole, and I am also going to go down the pipe on the side here, and I am just going to fill that up. Because I want the stability. You know, you get to the point where you're putting airline on here and you're reefing on things a little bit, or maybe you grab it as you're pulling it out and it catches on something. So I really want this attached as well as I can get it to the unit. So I put a glue in, I put about 1 inch there to hold that against the side of the bin, and then I just go up here, come around my opening, and come down the hub of that 90 a little bit to seal that, just to keep that from flexing there at this point. I don't know, see if you can see that. I'm going right in next to that 90 and filling that void back there just to brace that up, and then going all the way around. I love that you just put this stuff on and you're done. I mean, and then I've even, some of my older units I took apart. I mean, you can still take them apart, bust them off, and then the hot glue just scrapes off with the utility knife. All right, so that is all sturdy and ready to go. So there we have it. Attach the air hose. My overflow hole is in. Now I will take this downstairs and show you how I just set this in here and how sturdy it is. And that wasn't that long of construction. I enjoy, if I need one of these quick, I got one made in 10 minutes and I'm ready to go. It's awesome. Because I would suggest ordering these in multiple quantities. I think they only come in like, I want to say 4, 8, and 12 or something. I wish I would have ordered more. I ordered 8. I'm glad I did. I almost only ordered 4. But I'm thinking I'm going to have these things laying all over because I'm going to drop, I got 20 longs and 20 highs all over the place. So if I need a fry grow out point, my only regret is not putting in more airline attachments. I have airlines all through my building with a linear pump, but I didn't put enough taps in, so I have to go through and put some taps in. But because I'll put the inflow on here, and I will also drop an air stone in here. So I like to keep that air in there, keep that circulation going. So it adds to the water dropping in there, because you'll see what I'll do is I'll take these pre-filters. I didn't get to these yet, huh? I cut them in half because I only need the sealed end. I don't want the one that, I don't need the whole thing. So I take the bottom of it. One of these is going to go on the bottom on the pre-filter. The pre-filter will go where your intake's coming out of the tank, and it fits nice on there. And then the other one's going to go inside, because if your water level gets too high, I don't want fish swimming up and down in that outlet there. So I just slide that right over that like that. Done deal. I mean, if you need to clean it, it gets plugged up, which it really shouldn't. Just do that. Take it off. And so far, none of these have dropped off. I mean, you've got a constant intake pressure against it. So I've got these in tanks with a lot of fish in the bottom. So there you go. Now you got there's your completed project. All right. So I'll take the second one off of here. I put the one with the hole through it on the bottom, but I use the end of these. I use these on my overflows in the tanks, because I just slide these over to stop fish from going down my overflows, and unless the water creeps all the way up to the top of these pre-filters, there's no way those fish are getting through this filter. So all right, I'll show you that when I'm downstairs too, but there you go. Got those filters on there, pre-filters on there. No fish can get through that loop, and everything's all sealed up, and we'll take it downstairs. Okay, and here we are down in the fish room. Those units drop right in. I told you about my overflows on these tanks. Here's an overflow that is in the middle, so I've got a grow out on each side of it, and here's one that's on this side, north or at an end, and I've got the 2 grow outs to the left. All right, you see how I've got the airline going down to the intake, which is, you can adjust. That's why I put in these splitters. Each tank has splitters running there, so I can balance the air and water flow. I got water coming in, put that pre-filter on there, just in case the water level happens to build up, but you see at the level it's at right now. It's way low. The back filter, uncut handle area, is just an overflow in case something goes wrong. But yeah, so you can see my fry in here. Those are all bronze corridors. These are emerald green. And then I still have the depth of the tank for the grow out. So a couple different stages here. And so far so good. Alright, hey, please like and subscribe. I am going to try and spend some time creating some more content with items I've done in my tank room and how I'm addressing them. If you have any questions about this stuff, please write it in the comments. But yeah, please like and subscribe. I'd like to grow my channel and try and reach as many people as I can. I enjoy this hobby. I enjoy reaching out to other content providers in YouTube. I won't list the names now, but if you pay any attention to YouTube aquarium stuff, you know the big names. So they've all been a huge help to me. I don't really know any of them personally. I don't even know if they know my screen name off the top of their head. But I enjoy watching them. I've asked them questions. They've answered. They've all been good. So, and that's where I'd like to be at some point. Just helping everybody get to a certain stage. I mean, I realize I have a problem like those guys do. I mean, I'm up to 45 tanks in my basement and 2 upstairs. But we'll go over the tank room some other time and how I got to this point and how I made my wife mad. That's all right. She's all right with it. All right. Have a good day. Thanks.